because in China, the university is always closed era, many walls and only one gate or two gate you can get in. So this is and here it's like it's like a party.
And open spaces.
Yeah, open spaces, and there has a beach. Oh my God, university is a beach.
Welcome to Canada Student Network podcast.
Today we are joined with Zheng. He is a UBC student in forestry. Zheng, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for asking. You made a funny face when I said UBC forestry. Am I correct in that?
Yes, UBC PhD student.
PhD. Make sure we get that part in there for sure. Cool. So when did you start at UBC? When did you apply? When did you enroll?
I applied UBC PhD program around 2022 September, and I got an offer in 2023 March, and I enrolled in 2023 September. Yeah,
You wrote?
enrolled.
Enrolled.
Okay.
Cool. When you were kind of going through the process, actually, let's backtrack a little bit. You're from Beijing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What part of Beijing are you from?
I originally from Beijing Haidian district.
District?
A district, yeah. Yeah, but my family, my mom and my parents is from another district. It's like more central in Dongcheng or Xicheng district. It's more central. It's like downtown. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So what kind of inspired you to make the leap and jump over across an ocean to UBC and Vancouver? What was that thought process?
It's it's very, it's very interesting. My primary school, my high school, and I work in the same street for 20 years, 25 years. So when I finished my master program, I thought I should change my life or try to, try to some different things in different city or in different countries. Also, several years ago, it's still in COVID, right? Yeah, COVID is very
We all remember that.
yeah, in COVID, so it's very hard to find a job in China. The labor force is also very bad. It's not good. So I thought, it's time to go back to school. Probably it's time to try different things. Yeah, and then I asked my master supervisor, and she is very nice lady, and she just gave me some advice, and she wrote some like some later recommend like some later
A letter of recommendation?
yeah, recommendation later and help you to apply school. And she gave me some, network connection.
That's cool, man. I mean,
I don't know.
I think it's really awesome that you kind of had this sense of awareness that you weren't too happy with like the labor force and that you needed that change in yourself. Mm, what was your master when you were studying in Beijing?
My master major is nature reserve science. It's like working in the national park. And I started in 2019. Yeah, 2019 after I graduated my undergraduate degree.
And then so when you were talking maybe like different options, what were some of the options that you and your advisor spoke about?
First, my supervisor gave me some job offer, but it's very far from my home, and I'm not interested in that, and the payment is not good enough. So so she gave me another options. First is go to America, and America. I never been to America, but my neighbors study and work in America, and he always talk to me about the gunshot, pew pew pew. Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, yeah, it's very dangerous, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and the second option is like my supervisor said, "Oh, if you don't want to go to the America, you can try to Canada." And Canada is also in North America. Never been there before, so it's interesting. And but she only have one connection only UBC, but it's not a straightforward connection. It's like she has to find another people to recommend me to the UBC.
Kind of like a chain. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like I think that's reality. That is how the world works is forming those good connections that, allow you to open you up to new opportunities.
Yeah, of course. Like like UBC is a good university, and yeah, I remember the rank is very high. It's like 30 or 40 around the world.
Remember UBC ranked, you think it was 40 in the world?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
We'll fact check that. We're gonna fact check it, and we'll throw it up in the section here. We'll see what UBC ranked. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about UBC. When you first came to Canada, did you go and like tour the campus right away? Did you go straight to UBC? And what was your first interaction? And what did you think of the campus when you first came?
First, I'm not just straightforward go to the campus when I came to the Canada, when I came to Vancouver. I just walk around and, just see some different views because like Vancouver is very different, like it's very different from Beijing. There's a lot of forest and nature, and Beijing maybe probably has more concrete or high building. And here is more, it's like a park, like you live in the park. So I just walk around here and take a bus to the downtown or Stanley Park. And after 1 week, I go to campus. Yeah. And
They got to campus.
yeah, the campus is very big. It's very beautiful, and I mean, for me, like I never been to the campus is open area because in China, the university is always closed area. Many walls and only one gate or two gate you can get in. So and here it's like a party.
And open spaces.
Yeah, open spaces, and there has a beach. Oh my God, university is a beach.
Which beach are you talking about?
Rock Beach.
Rag Beach.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Rock Beach. Right?
I'm gonna pause real quick. If you're from the Vancouver area or whatever, but Rag Beach.
Yeah,
Good time.
yeah, and also like I came here around August. Oh, it's summer. Vancouver summer is very very beautiful. The sunlight and not very hot. So I very enjoy study and walk around.
So what's the coming from Beijing to Vancouver? What's the biggest thing you've noticed about the climate, the change?
I think in Vancouver, like for example, in summer, compare summer between in Vancouver and Beijing. Like in summer, Vancouver is more comfortable, more comfy. Like it's not very hot. It's not very humidity. It's very good to go outside to like do some
That ice ocean breeze.
yeah. And in Beijing summer, I think it's more crowded and more many concrete. You don't have many choices you don't have any outdoor activity choices in the city. Yeah, and the temperature is very high. Sometimes like 35 degree.
In Beijing, it gets to 35.
Yeah, 35. I have some friend come from Africa, and he feels very hot in Beijing. So yeah.
Hey, wow. Yeah, that concrete, that concrete just really sucks up all the heat. I want to run with that. Kind of like finding green space, and you being a forestry student, we wanted to give you a little test. Do you know how many forests or do you know which forest or how many forests UBC is sitting on or next to?
No. Didn't come up here.
Student.
Yeah, I'm
No,
from.
that's okay. So I think you guys are right. UBC is right next to Pacific Spirit Regional Park.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just near my apartment. I think.
Your residence, correct?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
right.
What residence are you in?
I live in Westbrook. It's close to UBC. Yeah, there are so many properties. Like, I think it's a UBC property. Like UBC and collaborate with some company to develop some properties. And if you are studying UBC or you're employee UBC, you can apply it. Yeah, it's more
Cool. That's good to know. That's good to You hear that, guys? So if you study at UBC, or what did you say?
oh work in UBC.
If you study or work at UBC,
Yeah.
check out Westbrook Village.
Yeah.
As her Zheng's at. It's really cool. I've been down there before as well. It's like its own little community.
Yeah, it's like community, because like if you live in UBC, it's probably the wait list is very long. So but if you want to live in the Westbrook, it's more easier. It's a good choice, and
That's good to know.
yeah, it's good. It's very good. So I don't even know that, and another student tell me that. So I try to apply some apartment in the Westbrook, and the wait list is not very long. So I got the apartment offer is very very fast.
So you got Pacific Spirit Regional Park. You also have the University Endowment Lands Ecological Reserve. Do you know anything about that? If we go to Google Maps, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to Google Maps. I'm going to see what's up. Because I think that's important to acknowledge. The University Endowment Lands is a unincorporated area in Metro Vancouver, British Columbia. It lies west of Vancouver and east of the University of British Columbia's Point Grey campus lands. Yeah, so that ties into the Pacific Spirit Regional Park.
This is some attractive point in the park, or just a zone. I'm not.
Yeah,
sure.
it's just a nature park, and it's like a specific area. Let me see here. It's pretty. Is it close? Where is it? Yeah, so that's actually encapsulated by the Pacific Spirit Regional Park, which is that main park at the tip of UBC.
Yeah.
That-
Probably go there in summer. Now I think it's very raining every day, gloomy.
Yeah, that's tough. The rain. We were in that. What do you call it? Atmospheric river. Yeah, I'd like to touch real quick. Like, if you're a student in Vancouver and you are kind of looking for that green space, you are surrounded by it. We live in such a beautiful city, where the ocean meets the mountains and the forest and the city, the buildings. Like, it's such a unique place, such a diverse biodiversity, however you want to say it. It's really cool. So make sure you check out those parks. Stanley Park's amazing to walk through. Trees are beautiful.
Yeah.
Lynn Valley is over on the North Shore. I think you've been there before, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I have been there before. I only been there. I only been to North Vancouver one time or twice time. I think. Yeah, probably I have been there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, getting around. So other than green spaces and cool spots, do you have any favorite study spots? Like, where do you like to go to? Where do you get your focus on?
I prefer study in the UBC Forestry building is beautiful, and it's a wood structure, and I think it's new, so you can see many of graduate student or bachelor students study in the forestry building, and also I think library, and I don't know the full name, but I only know the short name is IKB library. It's UBC. I think it's very IKB.
IKB, and that's on campus.
Yeah, it's on campus and it's very beautiful library but sometimes it's very crowded in sometimes the exam is very
Specific hours, certain hours, certain times a year. It gets very.
yeah, it's very no yeah, but for me, yeah, I like to hear some white noisy when you study. Yeah, it's very 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 quiet. I think it's very very easy to sleepy.
So let's talk about that. Your studies. So forestry, PhD student. I'm sure you're crazy busy with a lot of research and writing. Do you care to elaborate on that?
Honestly, for the first year, it's very. This is my second year, and for the first year, I think it's very. It's not studies. Not busy. It's not on the studies. More, you have to spend a lot of time to to get used to how to study English. The English is a tool in here. So I'm not native speaker, and I never study or never use English before I came here. So the first year is a big challenge is to learn how to speak English and how to use that to communicate with other people and how to use that to writing thesis and how to use that to presentation. Yeah, this is I think is what I'm focused on in the first year, and in the second year, when you get used to it, not very good now, but it's better than I just came here. Yeah, so for the second year is probably you have to focus more, spend a lot of time focus on your thesis, your research, because in the second year you have to pass your comprehensive exam and then you can become to the PhD candidate, right? So in this year it's very important.
This is your second year.
Yeah.
Are you already a candidate, or you have to apply for your candidate?
No, not already yet. I'm still PhD student, but I think it's before the August or September, after I pass my comprehensive exam, I probably I will become the PhD candidate.
Firstly, I want to commend you for your English. I think it's amazing for a non-native speaker who come to a new city, moved across the world, has to learn English on top of all your studies. I think that's amazing. So I would just like to acknowledge that, and I think you should be proud of that for sure. I think that's awesome. You're very welcome. Uh, and you were about to say finally what with your studies? Finally where?
Finally, I mean, after you pass your comprehensive exam and you become candidate, and then you can when you finish your thesis, you can apply for final defense, and then get your degree. You cannot skip the comprehensive exam to straightforward to apply the final defense.
I want to backtrack to the language part. Or have you found any tools, or have you connected with people who are also trying to learn the language, or what have you found helpful in learning the language?
Yeah, when I came here, I live in with Chinese people because I never been to Canada, so I just found some. I'm looking for the house and place to live before I came to here, so I just met some Chinese people in the Canada. So when I came here, I live with them, but live the people who not speak English is not good to improve your English. So I just for the first I just learn some English on the YouTube, and then I download some like Duolingo. It's Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Duolingo. Yeah, Duolingo. Yeah, use this app, but I think it's learn and use is totally different things.
I think let's highlight that. So it's one thing to learn, but it's a completely different thing to put it into practical use.
Yeah, for example, in the textbook, like in here, like you say, "How are you?" and you say, I'm good. How about you?" But in the textbook, it's like, "How are you?" "I'm fine, thank you." And you is it's totally different things. Yeah.
So they're teaching you kind of like the really proper,
Yeah.
grammatically correct English, but in your daily life, you're using a little bit more, well, not you maybe particularly, but people you're around, native speakers, kind of have this slang, words, maybe they talk a little fast and
Yeah, yeah. And also there are different accent. Some people come from Australia and some people come UK. And also in Canada, there is a lot of different accent. And maybe they speak some dialogue. It's very funny. Uh, and then after I think I don't app is okay, YouTube is okay, but I have to speak with real people. So I just go to school, take some course, and also download some apps like Meeting Fresh. Yeah,
you took a course at school about this?
yeah, communication skills. It's like
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a course that the UBC offers.
Yeah, it's like it's for your like as the name is like communication skills. It's like your practice your speaking, yeah, and like give you some opportunity to presentation, yeah, like that.
Cool. And then you were also saying that you've kind of tried to network with meeting people
Yeah,
and just getting in conversation, just having conversation with as many different people as possible.
yeah, yeah. So I just hung out or just like some speak maybe just only 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but grab a coffee or just walk around, hang out. It's enough. It's enough for me. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I want to touch on this while we're here is personally, and I think all of us here at Van Stew, or maybe we're called Can Stew now, Canada Student Network. And I think anyone in Vancouver could probably attest to the fact that it is hard to make connections here. Um, it,
yeah, yeah, I found that one. And I mean, this is a common issue in the big city because everybody is busy, and everybody is, is like work here and everybody is fast. So they don't have patience to making friend, to make friend. So, and it's very sad. Yeah, I got many times like maybe you just meet these people one time, but and then you will never meet this guy or this girl, never again. So it's very hard.
it's
And
hard to build those strong not strong, but reliable,
yeah,
just solid connections, like and actually maybe build a friendship, find a friend.
yeah,
I
it's
think
really
I
hard.
think that's definitely a challenge that a lot of people are facing. And I mean, me personally, I don't want to talk too much about myself, but I've been in Vancouver about a year and a half now. And I haven't had anyone to really form a solid connection with. Maybe one or two people, maybe roommates. Roommates are good.
Yeah, I realize it.
Is there so when you're doing these meetings and you're trying to meet up with people, do you have like a go-to spot? You mentioned coffee shops. Like, where do you like to? Do you have a favorite?
Um, I don't have any recommendation because for me, like the coffee shop just for meeting people, not to, not to, you know, test just not test the
Conversation.
yeah, just conversation side. No, sometimes we go to the just find some random coffee shop, not a specific coffee shop. Just like
I think like the go-to is like you got your coffee shops. You have your hikes. Maybe get into nature, go on a walk.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can even walk around the city, and it's actually beautiful. I also it's like another thing I'd like the architecture here. Holy smokes! I don't think we're gonna get into that today, but maybe on a future podcast we can talk about architecture. And um, real quick, we're kind of getting close to 30 minutes here, and we can go longer. I'm not worried about
mm,
that, but um, w- I want to hear more about your degree and your studies, and how maybe you plan to implement them and maybe form a potential career. Like, what do you have your sights on? You said you're working on a thesis. Would you like to talk about that for a little bit?
of course. For me, my thesis is very comprehensive. My thesis topic is about the climate change. It's like carbon oxide. You can think it's like carbon tax. Nobody like that carbon tax. Nobody, everybody hate that. But I do that. I don't have any choices. Yeah, I don't have any choices for the research. And my thesis, consists of many parts. Like I do some like wildfire, like calculate how much carbon dioxide from the wildfire, and also I calculate some transportation, like transportation, accommodation, or other like energy use or water use, like during this period, how many carbon dioxide will generated from these activities. Um, and also I doing some like visitors engagement. For example, like hey, how much do you want to pay for the environment, like that, and what factor will influence the people will choose to pay the carbon. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like what an important thing. Um, you know, we got to take care of the environment, man. It takes care of us. Mother Nature.
Yeah, so for based on the thesis, I think I can have many like career options. Like you can maybe in the future I can go back to China to find some work in the government, like environmental government or forest institution, and also I can do some tourism job, like to do some visitor engagement work. Yeah, doing that. Yeah, so there has many options, but now I'm still have I don't know what I'm doing in the future. Just like very very big scale, for the career. Not many detail for that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, I wish you all the best on your endeavors. We did pretty good. Like we're at 28 minutes. I'm not really concerned. Is there anything else that you want to touch on just overall about your time in Vancouver, your UBC, anything you want to mention?
Yeah, I think like I think I study in North America is more like not only study or but also in for the work. I think in North America some feeling give me that the connection is very important. Like if you want to get a good opportunity to study in the good school or got a good job offers, I think connection is it, not keep not for the student. You have to spend a lot of time to working on the connections, and then you can get a lot of potential opportunities. And if you just focus on your thesis or work, probably you can get a good comments on your job or work or thesis, but you don't have a connection. You still can't find you know the good, the best, the better in the potential.
Hey man,
You're
I think you hit the nail on the head. And I think that's an excellent button here is that let's all guys, the viewers, the listeners and whoever's there, let's build, share, connect, and grow. Okay. And that's what we're trying to do here at the Canada Student Network podcast is we want to hear your stories. Okay. We want you guys to come be a guest and share your experiences and let's work on those connections. So that being said, Zheng, are there any people who you are friends with or who are in your circle that you would recommend to bring on the next week, the next episode, the next podcast?
Probably I have some friends in my lab, probably come from other countries. Yeah, probably if they want, I can bring them to here.
Definitely. And we'll be in contact about that. We'll send an email. We can get some contact information. Um, yeah, and definitely spread the word, listeners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are constantly looking for guests. You can comment below. You can DM, give us an email. Let's get in touch. Let's get your story heard, and let's build some connections, eh, Zheng?